Hey y'all, I'm going to show you a review of some of the test pieces that I've done for some of the newest colors I've gotten in the last 2 weeks. First, I'm going to show you what I've done with one of the pigments and some clear nail polish. Excuse me. I got this Firework. Bless you, son. I got this Firework pigment and I put 4 scoops of this into this little bit of cheap clear top coat that I had before I colored it. Here it is on one of the nails, one of the plain nails. And then here it is over white. When you put it over white, it makes it look like sparkly snow. And then I tried one of those Fimo pieces last night. And here is it when it was clear over this color right here. And here is the white that I used. I don't like this nail polish because it's so thick. I mainly use it to paint my crafts with, but to experiment with the pigments and nail polish last night, I just went ahead and used what I had. And as you can tell, doing nails is not something I do. It's not really high on my list. I don't really do a lot of that girly stuff. Here is the pigment after I added the mystery colored pigment to it. I added 4 scoops to what was already in here, and it gave it that tinted light color. It darkened it up, but not so much that you can't see your nail through it. It's still pretty see-through and still really sparkly. But here it is. My nails, all my nails are different colors. But you can see the sparkle in it when it was just the Firework and the clear. I'm going to try to do all of them in polish and see how it does. Most of the pigments on your creative playground are cosmetic safe, except the glow in the dark. You cannot put that in polish or on your skin. The day glows you can put in polish, but you can't put on your skin. So I'm going to do some of the day glows and clear polish too to see how that looks too. So what I'm going to show you today is some small pieces. These are small test pieces. They're not any projects or anything of what I've done with the newest colors that I've got in. Some are done in 10-minute resin and clear resin. Some of them are only done in 10-minute resin because I only had a little bit of clear resin left. First, I'm going to show you the Day Glow. This was number 101, Sunshine. This is a neon yellowish green color. Here it is in the 10-minute resin. As you can tell, it did kind of, it is kind of bright in the 10-minute resin for something that cures white. It did show up pretty good, which I was happy to see. I added 4 scoops of this pigment into this piece. And as you can see, there is bubbles in this piece. What I found yesterday when I was working with the Day Glow, it bubbled up as soon as I put it into the molds, and it's not the bubbles that pop and go away. They stuck around. So I'm going to retest these in 10-minute resin, and I'm going to test them in clear resin when I get some more. I'm going to try to get in 10-minute resin one more time to see if it's going to work. If not, this is probably going to be a pigment that's not going to work in 10-minute resin because 10-minute resin is picky about what colorants will do right in it, if that makes sense. Some paints, some pigments, some powders will not work in 10-minute resin at all without, it'll just make it bubble up like this. This was the Sunshine in 10-minute resin. I'm going to retest this one again with less pigment in it to see if maybe that might have been the problem or if it's just not going to work in 10-minute resin. Here is the other Day Glow that I got. The Orangey Glide is a very bright neon orange. I love this one. Here are the 2 test pieces I done in the 10-minute resin. As you can tell, they're bubbled up. This one did not do good in 10-minute resin either. So I'm going to retest this one also. And I will test it in clear resin when I get some more. So when I retest it, I will show you if that helped any or not, because I used 4 scoops in these pieces too. And this is how it came out. But this is the Day Glow. This you can put in clear polish, but you cannot put on your skin. I'm going to do those in clear polish too, and I'll do a video on those. These 2 pieces were test pieces for the electric violet. There is a lot of bubbles in these pieces, but you can still see the shimmer and the color of that pigment in there. Like I said, these are just test pieces just to show you the colors. You can't really, it's hard to see in that rose with all the bubbles in there. But you can kind of see it sparkling around in this little circle. I like this one. When I get some more clear resin, I will do a piece that doesn't have so many bubbles in it. That way you can see that sparkle a little bit more. But that was for the electric violet. I like this one too. Alright. The next one is Firework. This is the one that I used in the clear polish. This is the one that I have on my nails right now. This is my most favorite pigment out of all the pigments that I've gotten from Your Creative Playground so far. I love this stuff. I really, really do. It's very shiny. It is very colorful. It actually shows up in 10-minute resin. As you can see, the sparkles on it. Of course, it's not going to show up as good as it does in clear resin. See how sparkly that is? I love this one. Look at all the sparkles in it. I used just 1 little scoop in this one. In this little, see, this is a very small test piece because like I said, I had very little clear resin left. But just that 1 little scoop for just 1 little piece gives you all that. Now for the 10-minute resin, I added 4 scoops to it because I really didn't know if it was going to show up or not. Because usually any glitters or powders or anything like this are not going to show up in 10-minute resin unless you add a lot to it. And then it's just a hit or miss chance of whether or not it's going to show up. And thankfully with the 4 scoops that I did put into this 10-minute resin test piece, it showed up. And it's sparkly. I was really surprised when I took it out of the mold and seen that. And it does show up in 10-minute resin, and I was really excited to see that. It doesn't really show in the back, but here it is on the top. I really, really love this Firework pigment. But here it is in the 10-minute resin, and here it is in the clear resin. A lot of colors, a lot of sparkle. But there's Firework. I'm sorry I kind of lingered on that one because I really love that one.
Me too.
Here is the Blueberry Pop Glow in the Dark Glitter. This one glows really good in the pack, but this little test piece, only added 1 scoop to it. So last night the only part that was glowing was the edges. So when I get more clear resin, I will do a bigger piece with more of that glitter in it and see how well it glows. But it does glow really, really good in the pack. And it was glowing really, really good around the edges. But you can kind of see the sparkle in there. I'm going to have to redo this one in clear resin to add some more so you can see the color and the sparkle. And see how well it glows when it's not just glowing around the edges. Here is the Paradise Pink Glow in the Dark Glitter. This one was really cute. It was glowing pretty good in the pack last night. And this one, I only did one scoop in this test piece. And last night it was only glowing around the edges, just like the blue glitter did. So I'm going to redo this one, and I don't know why it's out of focus now. Goodness gracious. There we go. That's still bad. But you can kind of see the sparkle in it. You can kind of see the pink glitter in it. But last night it was doing the same thing.